This has happened before in the group, you know. It's my cross to bear. Gemini's an icon in the industry.
You don't have to tell me.
When you're the smartest person in every room, you get used to the attention. Gatherings of praetors started as a way to get to me.
I thought he liked bringing people together.
It's just his spiel. Has he asked you for a special trophy yet? He pays me double for preview photos. A moment before the kill, when they know. Ask Prater to show you the most recent snapshot of father and his teenage son. It's some of my best work yet.
One question. Who was the note for?
Me.
Is it some kind of Zodiac homage? Way of leaving clues for people to decipher later?
The Zodiac was an amateur.
Huh. I figured you were a fan. Because of all the astrological. Didn't you coin the name Gemini yourself?
The name chose me. Had nothing to do with anyone else.
Hello, all. Welcome back to What's On Tonight, a podcast with elaborate, quirky, and unpredictable conversations about TV, movies, and more. I'm Becky.
And I'm Mark.
And I'm Kelsey.
Today we are covering Dexter Resurrection, Episode 6, Cats and Mouse. Please note this is a spoiler-filled podcast, so if you haven't watched the episodes yet and don't want to be spoiled, just come back and check us out once you finish watching. We would like to welcome back Kelsey. Hey, girl, hey.
Hello.
Super glad you decided to join us for this episode. And as it's looking, Kelsey will be back with us for a couple more before we end this glorious season.
I can't believe you signed up for more of my emotional torture.
I love you. You know this. We've established this with Murder Magnet.
I just bully Mark a little bit.
That's where I'm like, you're cool in my book.
Just a little.
I did a little listener chit chat with Jason and Penny the other day for the Patreon.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Jason, he was like, he'd listened to the episode I guested on with you guys. And he was like, I really liked the part where you called Mark a bitch.
That's funny. I feel like a turf war is happening. Well, that's cool. I didn't know he was listening to our Dexter, so very cool.
I think he's just jealous.
Leave us some feedback, Jason.
Right? Slacking. He was behind. He's been behind.
He's been busy,
Well,
too.
Get caught up and leave us some feedback. I know he's got a lot going on. Before we get into the discussion of this episode, we did get some feedback on episode 5 from our dear friend Alma. And she wrote, another good episode. I'm glad Dexter finally sees that Harrison is not like him, ... Kind of sucks he taught him his murderous ways, though. I'm glad Harrison came around a little bit, ... Oof, I hope Dexter doesn't break his heart again. Same. Of course, Dexter's a good bowler, and she's got an adorable little bowling pin and bowling ball emoji. LOL. I kind of liked LV. Too bad Dexter had to set her up. Honestly, I think she was testing him to see if he would be like other guys, and then she would end up trying to kill him. Well, we'll never know, because I think she will not be getting out of prison alive, thanks to Charlie. How right you are, Alma. She says, I can't wait for the next episode. So we did get some feedback on this episode this week from her, so we'll hear more about her thoughts on that subject.
I had also been wondering if it was a setup, but then she said she just likes killing, so.
Yeah, that was crazy.
All right. Episode 6, Cats and Mouse, was directed by Marcos Siega and written by Kirsa Rain.
Kelsey, would you like to read the synopsis for this episode?
Dexter and Harrison continue to grow closer and attend the funeral of Blessing's mother, Prudence, together. After snapping at Dexter, Blessing opens up about his painful past as a child soldier for the Revolutionary United Front. Harrison considers attending New York University, and while babysitting for Elsa, fantasizes about killing her slumlord Vinny, deeply disturbing him. Angel tells Wallace and Claudette his suspicions about Dexter and Harrison, but before they can question Mia, Charlie bribes a guard to kill her and makes it look like a suicide. Dexter stalks Gareth, the Gemini killer, as his next target. At his apartment, Dexter finds Gareth and offers him a drink that sedates him. Dexter kills Gareth before Prater invites him on a trip with the rest of the group. At the meeting place, as Dexter heads to the helicopter, the whirlybird, he questions whether he should continue killing people of the group after Gareth, but to Dexter's shock, the Gareth that he had met at Prater's party joins them, revealing that Gemini is actually identical twin serial killers.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was quite a twist.
At the end, I was like, oh shit. I immediately wanted to rewatch.
Yeah, I felt the same way too.
I did not.
Really?
I did not. I had to make myself watch it again today.
I meant like it made me want to rewatch previous episodes to see what I had missed because I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about killer moments from the show. I would like to start with Blessing's confession to Dexter about his history, because it's a horror story what that young man went through. And I knew that there were situations like this that had happened in real life, but I hadn't really dug deep into it. And this made me Google this. It's horrifying. So I want to talk a little bit about it before we get into the show and how I could see how that affects him. So the Revolutionary United Front initially coalesced as a group of Sierra Leoneans who led elements of the National Patriotic Front of Liberia across the Liberian border. Their goal was to replicate Charles Taylor's earlier success in toppling the Liberian government. And there's a lot more information on that, but I just wanted to give a brief synopsis. More to the point of what Blessing was describing. Child soldiers, and y'all, I want you to know this is still happening today. This is not something that is in the past. And so that is, you know me, if you've listened to any of our podcasts, I think it's important that we focus on real world situations when they are brought up in the show. So this is what has happened and what is still happening today. Child soldiers were heavily recruited in the Sierra Leone Civil War. A total of 11,000 are thought to have participated in this particular conflict. Most were used for attacks on villages, as well as guard duty for diamond fields and weapon stockpiles. The RUF made extensive use of child soldiers. Thousands of abducted boys and girls were forced to serve as soldiers or as prostitutes, and those chosen to be fighters were sometimes forced to murder their own parents. Guerrillas frequently carved the initials RUF on their chest, and officers reportedly rubbed cocaine into open cuts on their troops to make them maniacal and fearless. Before some battles and raids, the children would be given mixtures of cocaine and gunpowder, because the gunpowder mixture was called brown, and it allowed the cocaine to flow more freely through the bloodstream. For entertainment, some of these soldiers would bet on the sex of an unborn baby and then slice open a mother's womb to determine who the winner was. The RUF abducted children aged 7 to 12, but were known to take children as young as 5 years old. The children were notoriously known by captains and civilians for their unquestionable obedience and enormous cruelty. Holy shit. That breaks my heart. And it adds such another layer of depth to Blessing that I did not anticipate when he was coming to apologize to Dexter. I did not see that whole thing coming. That was deep. That was a very, very deep moment.
He is such a positive and unconditionally loving person. I feel like those people are sometimes the people that have the most fucked up shit behind them.
Yeah. carry a lot of trauma. That front facing Joy is hiding a lot of pain. I agree with you.
Yeah. And there was a lot of PTSD on his part, too.
Yeah. Because it was very surprising when he lashed out at his soon to be son in law like that. It was very out of character for him. And, his mom just passed. So it made sense that he would be feeling his emotions. So when he came to apologize to Dexter, and even Dexter says, well, your mom just died, so it's okay. And he's like, no, there's more to it. And I love how they memorialized Prudence, but when he was talking about what an amazing woman she was to Dexter and how she drove into this hellhole and saved her kid, brought him to America to give him a better life and an opportunity, and how much work it had to take them together to get him through that trauma. And stellar acting by this gentleman. Penny sent me the pronunciation of his name. It's in feedback. I'll read it later. But just great moments by him, his acting, the story, the writing. And I love when a television show will bring real world moments into a show to kind of shine a spotlight on bad shit that happens in this country and beyond. So I just wanted to take a minute and shine a little bit of a light on the actor and the story and just how well done that was.
For sure. And you really never know who the people are. They're just walking amongst us. Like, you know, that he's a rideshare driver who has gone through horrible, unimaginable tragedy and trauma and is then still this like beautiful, amazing person day to day.
Yeah. Okay, well, sorry for that super downer moment, but thank y'all for letting me share that.
It's really important. Thank you for diving into that because I didn't really, thank you.
All right, Mark, what is your first main point you would like to discuss?
That would be Gemini, Gareth. And it was a kind of a twist at the end, but I think the evidence was there based upon what Dexter was in the very beginning when he was looking at his kills, and they were all twins.
Yeah. Well, not twins, but in pairs.
They were pairs, but it looked to me like they were twins for the fact that at the very end you had a father and son that were killed.
Yeah, there were twins in the mix. But I don't think he solely kills twins.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But the fact is it's done in pairs, meaning that did the brothers kill together? We don't know.
We
don't know.
That's
do they
the
kill
question.
Together? I have that question as well. Or do they kill separately and just always have an airtight fucking alibi?
Is one like the front man and the other is the killer?
With the way they present him as being twins reminded me of a movie called The Prestige that had Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, magicians, but Christian Bale's character was a twin, and they would trade off as who was doing the trick or who would complete the trick. And then in public, they wouldn't be seen together. They would wear disguises or something. It makes me think that with Gareth and his brother, they would have the same job as the same person, and then alternate to create an alibi for themselves. That way one would do the killing and they would alternate at times. So I highly recommend the movie. The Prestige. It's an interesting movie, but it's a bit of a giveaway, but there's a little underlying thing to it. If you like Nikola Tesla, they have a little bit of stuff about that in the movie. But it just reminded me of that with Gareth and Gemini. And obviously Gemini are twins as far as, so that should have been a clue from the very beginning.
Yeah. That was a great twist.
That was the mislead of killing in pairs.
Yeah.
I mean, it was there for us. So I wonder with the Prestige plot, which I haven't seen, we'll watch. Is the bookmark with the 8 p.m. meeting time, is that for them to switch places and fill each other in on what they've been doing? Or
yeah, that's a good question.
Why would they do that? Because I was trying to pay attention to on the second watch, like which twin was which, like the sequence of events, because he was watching him in the bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
So the one went and dropped it, and he followed him from the meeting with Prater. And so that's twin one. So twin one he followed twin one into the bookstore, whatever. Twin two was watching. I'm assuming twin two. I guess it could have been twin one.
That's
doubled
my
back
question.
and seen him. But so twin two watches him take the bookmark, follows him home, goes into his apartment, is a dick.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's like, depending on which one, are they both full of themselves?
Well, the first one, the one that he followed, if it's not the same one, the first one he followed was like, this is why we shouldn't have girls and my notoriety and blah, blah, blah. So they might just both be narcissistic assholes.
Yeah.
So then he kills that one. I'm not sure if what day that meeting was supposed to have been. Like, did he miss the meeting or not? Would the other twin have a reason to know if he was dead or not?
Or maybe it was an 8 p.m. for a kill.
Yeah.
Or maybe 8 p.m. was...
It was a ticket to the Met Museum.
Mm-hmm.
To meet at 8 p.m., but we don't know. I didn't see the date on the ticket.
It was Tuesday, March 15th, 2022, which they've been other dates. This is all set in 2022.
Huh.
Because if the twin shows up, obviously, at the end, and it's like, okay, did this twin know about Red following him at the bookstore? Because you made me think of something, Kelsey, when he was standing there and knocked that book off the shelf to let Dexter know somebody's watching you. Was that the second twin? First twin? I didn't think about that. Does Dexter, does he know that twin thing one or thing two went to Dexter's? Is he, or Red's, or whatever? That adds so much to it.
Yeah, it does.
Because he didn't look like he was aware when he got on the whirlybird. He didn't look aware.
Yeah.
No, okay, but so this is
gone.
the other thing. When Dexter asks him who was the note for, and he says me, and Dexter specifically did not ask who did you leave the note for. Dexter said, who was the note for? And he says me.
So maybe he was the second twin.
I think I'm unless they're really trying to be weird on us, I'm pretty sure it's twin two that followed him, never saw the meetup time. Because maybe 8 p.m. it could have even been like, we meet up to switch the burner phone that Prater gave us. Does Prater know? Does Charlie know? There's so many questions.
I don't think for 1 second Prater knows that I don't think anybody knows that there is a second gunman on the grassy knoll. I don't think.
But they would have had full background checks on them, like when you see like birth certificates for.
But if he's twin. They couldn't find anything on Red. Remember he didn't
have a picture of Red.
Yeah,
he just
his
had
whole
information.
He's wiped himself clean. So it's not far-fetched that they can't get history on these people. I mean, damn, you've got the Gemini killer. I guess in Prater's mind, he's so vain. He's like, I don't know. I don't think Prater knows. I don't think Charlie knows that there are two of them. Because that would be too much of oh my God, for Prater not to be able to show that off to his guests, so to speak, that he got the Gemini twins.
And you would think right away the twin would right away rat out the killer in the group, which would be Dexter.
If they knew the other one was dead, we don't necessarily know that the twin knows the other twin is dead.
And correct. I don't think so, because if it was twin two, who he left the note for, so when he answered the question, who was the note for, it was for me, then twin one was gone. he'd exited the building.
Yeah, he
and
had
was
exited the
off
building,
doing
and
his own thing.
Twin 2 was the one watching, waiting for
Correct.
the drop.
And it would make sense that when Twin 2, Dexter was about to kill him, but wouldn't take the tape off because he said, I've heard enough from Gareth tonight.
Yeah, and
his reaction was a little like, oh, what the F, man. So I think you're right. I think Twin 2 was killed and Twin 1 is on the helicopter, but does not know Twin 2 is killed, because I bet that meetup is probably scheduled for maybe later that day or the next day or something like that.
That's sort of what I'm thinking. And we don't have any way to really know without watching the next episodes.
But that guy
So many
definitely
questions.
thinks highly of himself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote the same thing down here, Kelsey, where it says, this is why girls shouldn't be in the group. What a dick. But it's that attitude. And what I wrote down here, Gemini's assholery moved him to the top of Dexter's list, because we speculated last week with Steve, Mark, that we thought Gemini was going to be the last one.
Yes.
Well, and he still could be now, I guess, though, because there's a whole other dude.
Technically, he's
could
got to
still
kill
be
him
right.
again.
Yeah, they really threw something into the
Obstacles.
mix with that one.
Yeah. And the funniest is about how Gareth is, and he's sitting there talking to Dexter. The funniest part of well, it's kind of scary, had me on the edge of my seat, is when Blessing was there and having that conversation, and he threw Gareth in the shower. I was waiting for like, hey, oh, what is this? I'm a terrible landlord. Yeah, I was like, he's fixing the shower curtain and everything. And I'm like, what would he do if Blessing found the body?
I was so mad at Dexter. Like, it seems so reckless.
To do it
It's
at
like, what are you
home.
doing?
You know what else is reckless? This has been driving me nuts. And I think it's probably why I liked this episode. Do not get me wrong. There was a lot of great that happened in this episode, but by the end of it, I was just a little taken out of it. And I think it's because Dexter drove his own damn car to the meetup with Prater.
Yes.
How stupid are you that they could check your tags and see that car is registered to Dexter Morgan with a photo of your driver's license?
Does he
Correct.
own the car?
Yes.
Is it his car?
Yes. That was
You sure it's
clarified.
not Blessings?
No, it was clarified in the early season. He sold that dude's
The
truck
truck.
that he took from Iron Lake and got his own car. That was verified early in, I think in the whenever he sold it, I think it was episode 1, maybe 2. That is his car registered in his name.
That's pretty fucking dumb.
That made me so mad. And then when he was following
Oh, he's so bad.
the
at following.
twin, he was not stealth in any way, but yet he redeemed himself by thinking so freaking quick on his feet when Gareth said, "Why did you take my note?"
I was like, oh, thank God there's at least one good liar in the Morgan family.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
both
just a
his
fan.
lies. I'm just a fan. Him and his lies to Prater.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
she was
was well
glad.
I was like,
too.
oh, good.
Like
good
when
job.
Charlie shows up and the apartment's abandoned and there's cereal that's moldy and
And there were strawberries and blueberries sitting on the counter. What kind of crazy person leaves berries on the counter?
well, he
They go in the
is a
fridge,
serial
right?
killer.
I like mine
no, but-
room temperature because I
Well,
have
to
sensitive
maybe
teeth,
to eat
and
them,
it's
but they have to live in the fridge.
You can keep them cool normally, but you can leave them out there for a couple of days. They don't get bad right away.
No, but you buy them from the refrigerated section in the store, and then you should keep them in the refrigerated section at home. Okay, let's move on.
it's hilarious that we've got like a show about serial killers, and we're like, who leaves berries on the counter?
Exactly.
That was great.
Garrett's his pomposity, as I like to call it. I love how he tells Dexter, though, he goes, yeah, well, I'm number 1 in my college. I was number 1 in Mensa. I was, so he's like,
He's always the smartest one in the room.
I'm the number 1 serial killer.
Yeah, I'm the number 1 on FBI's Most Wanted list. I'm the smartest.
made me think maybe he was a writer because he said that there were 4 bestseller books about the Gemini killer, and I just love the fact that he brings up, and they're making a movie, and they're getting one of the Culkins to play me.
Yeah. Fincher's going to direct it, and they're going to get a Culkin.
Yeah.
Which I could totally see, not Macaulay Culkin, the Kieran Culkin. I could totally see him playing. I don't think he's tall enough, but physically I could see him playing Gemini. Yeah. But I loved it when Dexter killed him, and then he says, "You're welcome, FBI's most wanted list."
You were number 1.
Yeah. All right, Kelsey. I know we talked a little bit about one of your main points with talking about Gemini, but you got another one?
I do. I think one of the other main things I wanted to talk about was the wake.
That's what I want it to be like when I'm gone.
I'm Irish, so it was very much in line with one of our family gatherings. Quick joke for you. What's the difference between an Irish wake and an Irish wedding?
I don't know.
One less drunk.
Oh, that is so wrong.
But bump. I think that could work for a Catholic wake and wedding too.
Yeah.
But it's weird. I mean, I had so much fun at my grandma's funeral. But that's when you get family together, and some of the only times you get together are wakes and weddings, and they're so much fun. And although in the house was a little weird, I don't know that I've really attended anything like that where it was in the house. How did they get her embalmed like in an afternoon and a coffin? How'd they get the coffin through the door or the casket? I don't know the difference, but
very careful.
Carefully. They like assemble it in the house?
No.
But it was, and the associated Harrison coming in like that, the Harrison and Dexter stuff, Harrison supporting him for the funeral was like so sweet and cute. And the tying the tie.
Yeah. I love that shot. The 3 generations in that one shot.
Yep.
I had a brief thought. I was like, what if this psychopathy skips a generation and Harrison has a kid and then it's a serial killer and he's got to train it how to be. I'm like, how long are they going to make this franchise go on? But anyway, the wake, they were all so cute and sweet. And again, it just reminded me of my own family gatherings and celebration of life. My uncle's funeral, he had a Hawaiian shirt collection, and our family members, we all wore one of his Hawaiian shirts to his funeral. And, some of like the siblings kept them. We gave them back, but it was just sort of one of those personal touches. So I was thinking about my uncle's Hawaiian shirts when they were taking the cats.
Yeah, I loved that. It was very funny. Penny goes thrift store shopping a lot, and she sent me a photo the other day of this cat, this porcelain cat that she found, and she was like, "I bought a stupid thing today." And I was like, "Oh my God, I love that cat." And then I was watching the episode Friday night, and I text her, and I was like, "Have you watched Dexter yet?" And she was like, "I'm watching it right now." And I waited like a few minutes, and I was like, "Oh my God, the cats."
Did you notice that Dexter chose the biggest cat?
So big. Why? It was so big. And then he was holding it like Dr. Evil. Like I was ready for him to start stroking it.
Yeah.
I love what he said, though.
His tribute was really good.
It was talking, and he shed a tear. Dexter can cry.
No.
No.
That was forced.
He was looking out at the people and realized like they're crying.
Oh, I thought he like
made it look like he was wiping away a tear.
Yeah, he fakely wiped a tear away and then looked like, I'm trying not to cry. I should stop talking now.
Oh, well, because he was talking about how she was surrounded by people she loved. And he and Harrison had that conversation last week about how they're all that each other has left. So I thought he was like, oh man, fooled me, Dexter.
No, still can't cry.
Yep.
I thought it was cute when he's warning Harrison as they're walking in. He's like, this just happened. She's there. Everybody's going to be really sad. And then it's like this gigantic party. And I'm like, that is exactly what I want when I'm gone. And everyone knows it. I want a party, music, 90s music, preferably, please. And I liked it when the one guy got up and said, second chances are for taking. It doesn't matter how they come or if they are deserved, you take them. And it made me love Prudence for giving this advice to these people. And she obviously was a big light in all of their lives. And I loved getting, like you said, Kelsey, that Harrison showed up for his dad, not just to bring him a suit, to keep him from wearing a hoodie, which y'all want to wear a hoodie to my weight, wear a hoodie. But that he was dressed to be there with him. And he said, I'm glad you're back. Losing you the second time, it was too much. So I like it.
And he gave that advice, second chances are for taking. He gave that advice back to Harrison when they were sitting in the diner at the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I have that. That's one of my main points. Do you care if I read that conversation real quick?
Have at it.
So he opens up to Dexter about his feelings, envisioning himself killing the landlord. And Dexter says, did you want to hurt him? And Harry says, yes. And Dexter says, you had an impulse. You denied it. What that really was the need to do the right thing. And I thought it was sweet when he goes on to tell Harrison that it reminds him of how Deb was. Strong sense of right and wrong with a hot temper. She made mistakes, but she never let that stop her from doing good. And he tells Harrison, just because you have a hot temper doesn't make you a monster. It means you're human. You're going to take that Morgan sense of justice and use it to make things better. Find your own path. I'll be here to help you. Second chances are for taking. And seeing Dexter actually be a father, not a man trying to mold this kid to be like him, but seeing Harrison for who he is and trying to actually be a father to him. That's the first time I think we've ever seen that, where there wasn't some secret agenda in his head about the code and Harrison's dark passenger and all of this stuff. And it just, loved it.
Almost empathy.
It is. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Especially all the little moments. Like, he was so, like, from the Gemini killer, he was so personally offended and affected by the father and teenage son victims.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, he was also kind of mad when he opened up the book about serial killers, and he looks under the Bay Harbor Butcher and it's Doak's picture, and you can see his reaction of anger and like frustration because he can't be recognized at all, and it's always Stokes.
I don't know if I read it entirely as anger.
I thought he was a little more miffed that he was the 10th chapter.
Oh, really?
I was annoyed that it wasn't alphabetical. I don't know what their system was supposed to be, but it wasn't alphabetical, and that bothered me.
I feel like it was like top however many serial killers of all time, and Dexter was like kind of in the middle.
Maybe. I feel like it was, I don't know if it was anger. I felt I read it more as like, I don't know, a little like the story's not over yet. This isn't right. I don't know that it was necessarily like an anger or a jealousy, though.
Because he seemed proud when Harry was reading that he was a vigilante, you know, that he has a moral code, that he goes after the bad guys. Dexter seemed kind of like proud.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and rewatch that.
It was an interesting segment. It's also, I mean, like to remember too that Harry is Harry in Dexter's brain. So it's still like the angel on his shoulder or
the devil.
The angel through Dexter's lens. The angel through the devil's lens, maybe.
All right, Mark, what's your next main point?
I loved how Batista came in and sought out the detectives to give them a bit of information. And the way he threw it in her face about how this is the one he didn't get to finish, get that killer or whatever, just like she couldn't with what was it, the New York
The New York
butcher?
Ripper.
Ripper. That's it.
Mhm.
And how she never was able to find that person and bring that to justice. And this is what Angel wanted to do. And he comes in and gives her all the information, telling her it was in his mind and in his opinions, it wasn't Dokes, but he literally lays out exactly what happened with everything, almost
Nailed
accurate.
it.
Nailed
It was almost
perfectly.
it was like
Yeah.
it was almost like cartoonish, like comical. I thought it was so funny. Like that Claudette and I can't remember his name. Her
I
assistant.
can't either. I just call him her partner.
Her partner, thank you. Were like, well, here are all these inconsistencies and things, and laid out all of like these are the doubts and whatever and inconsistencies. And then Batista walks in and is like, here are all these answers to all these inconsistencies and great questions and gray areas that you had.
And Olive, Detective Olive is like, we just had this conversation.
I like that they did that. I like it made it less
It's like we just did
hokey.
this.
Yeah, that he's like, we just went over all this.
She perks up when Angel mentions Harrison Morgan.
Oh, she's like,
yeah.
I know Harrison Morgan. I'm aware. I'm familiar,
I am familiar.
however, with Harrison Morgan. Yeah,
So-
that got her attention.
Yeah, she is all in. She is like, I still, the fun, like when he's like, well, actually, no, it wasn't him. He was in a coma. She's like, I have to inform you that you are no longer making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
She steals every scene she's in with her deliveries. I love it so much.
Yeah.
I trust her. I'm trusting her a little less and less, though.
Yeah.
Really?
There's something quirky about her.
Yeah.
Like she's crooked or like a bad cop, or you just don't trust her instinct.
A couple different things. A, what if she's the New York Ripper? And that's why she's so obsessed with following it. Not that that's necessarily likely. But like when they were interviewing the victim of Mia, and he was telling her the accounts and things, and he was like, yeah, I don't usually like get hit on by beautiful women. And she's like, and you didn't think that was suspicious? I'm like, girl, don't victim blame.
I see what you're saying, but given her neurodivergence, I don't think it was her trying to victim blame.
I'm not saying it was she was intentionally victim blaming, but I think she is a little more ruthless than we're quite getting. Like, so I wonder in the back of my brain, because I'm like, okay, how is Dexter going to get Claudette off Harrison's case and off his own case? And to me, I sort of think, well, what if he finds the New York Ripper for her? And I am not sure that if we're going to talk about any cops coordinating with Dexter, I feel like that's not out of the realm of possibility. I think she's obsessed enough about that thing to, like, because they've hinted to it over numerous episodes now. I think she could, I don't know, justify to herself, alter her morals maybe to attain that sense of justice. I don't know. I realize I'm just sort of rambling a little bit, but it's on my brain.
That's interesting.
I could see where you're going with it, and it does make sense. I also had an idea of who the New York Ripper might be, but it's a far-fetched idea and thought I was thinking Prater himself.
Yeah, he's another one that's definitely questionable.
But
I do think he's more of a voyeur, though.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm sorry. Let's finish your point on Batista before, because my final main point is Prater.
No, that was it. I just loved how, Angel comes in and literally hands them that information, and that was about
Legit
it.
serves it up on a silver platter.
Literally, yeah.
I feel like this is why I feel like my brain felt disorganized, because it's a lot of all of these little threads are coming together. And I feel like we can't help but talk about, when we start to talk about this, then we talk about how it's connected to this and then back to this or whatever. So I if you want to go and talk about Prater, I'm sure
Go ahead.
If we have more to say, then we'll get back to it. But
Okay, cool. Well, it weirded me out when Charlie called and says, meet me at this address. First off, Prater does not seem the slightest bit worried about Mia and their concerns that she's going to rat him out or whatever. And we find out that Mia is dead. I am questioning if she's really dead.
She looked pretty dead.
She did, but I'm waiting for this. I keep waiting for this show to throw a curveball like they did with adding a second gunman on the grassy knoll. So I'm like,
you want another one in the same episode?
Maybe this chick isn't dead and they just paid that guard off to make it look like it. Because did you see the way he touched her neck? He didn't feel for a pulse.
Yeah, maybe it's.
But maybe because he knows she's dead because he. I don't know.
It's a possibility. Who knows?
Digress away from that. But
they Epsteined her, so.
they had their Epsteined her. I guess they could have like put blue makeup on her and smuggled her out.
I guess that's a lot of work to go to protect. Style, but I don't know. It just cost
got a lot of money.
I did like how Charlie approached it, because the first thing I thought of her going into the OTB and seeing him lose and him getting all crazed and everything and then hands him the money. The first thing I thought was he's another serial killer that she needs to bring to the convention.
I thought it was her dad.
No. Well, she did meet her mom in this episode too.
Mm.
I think she was in a retirement home.
Yeah, she's definitely...
Or like a hospice or something.
Somewhere, yeah. It almost looks like a fancy house. Like she's at a home, not like a care facility home. And they just have a nice room set up for her, which if anybody's listening and I end up dying slowly and you want to hook me up, I wouldn't hate that. But so Charlie says, Prater has a surprise for you. And Dexter's like, what? And she's like, I don't know, the kind that's a surprise. And tells him to bring his tools.
Mm-hmm.
Is he taking them on like a field trip where he is going to expect them to each kill someone in their fashion and he's going to sit there and watch? What? Nobody's questioning that?
I mean, I am.
I am.
These guys aren't I guess the other ones have been through this get together before, but Dexter didn't seem to flinch when she said, bring the tools.
Yeah, this is Prater's field trip with them, I think. He can't
flinch. If he flinches, he was
on the phone. No inner monologue saying, why do I need to bring my tool? Like him even questioning himself. Like, why are we bringing tools?
I think that's self-evident. Because I think Prater probably wants them to kill somebody.
And I
guess he's a voyeur.
Yeah.
It's weird. And it bothers me that Dexter doesn't seem fazed that this might be on the table. And is he comfortable? Because he's going to have to kill in a fashion that he's not used to killing.
Correct.
And it just seems
I don't think it's occurred to him yet.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he's so wrapped up in the fact that he just killed the Gemini killer that he doesn't realize. Okay, that's fair.
That and Harrison and Mia and Lowell. He's dropping the ball a little bit. I think we can.
Did y'all watch scenes for next week?
No.
I haven't. I did not, because I wanted to, but I also didn't want to be. I want to go into this blind as I possibly can. So I'm curious what this field trip is going to be about.
As am I. On the heels of that, one of my other points, if you're okay with
go
that,
for it.
I really fucking hate these opening credits.
Oh, they spoil.
They're spoiling. I knew that Mia was dead before I even started the episode. Like, what the fuck? Why? Like,
opening
not even
credits? Oh, yeah, I skipped them.
There's
I do it on the Paramount.
It's like 3 seconds.
I caught it last week, and I was like, so I wait till
I'm not the kind of person that has that sort of self-control, and I am nosy, and so I have to watch it. But it also made me really sad. It'd be one thing, like the fork frame. It's like a mislead, great. I feel like they could do a really good, if they wanted to do that, they could have some really awesome, like, misleading screenshots. But a noose with her orange suit body on the ground, like, I was so mad. As much as I loved the episode, I was really mad at them for the opening credits.
Yeah, I saw read in one of the Dexter Resurrection, the fan page that I go to a lot. I read some comments at people getting pissed off that they're doing that, and I thought I saw somebody say that they were going to fix it and we're going to take them out and stop doing that. But I guess because I purposely skip straight to when the name of the episode pops up.
Same
so
here.
I didn't see any of that this time. So I didn't know me it was dead. So
I mean,
we got there.
This time it was like there's like the shield and then the bop 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 of the thing, and then he's sweeping away the title.
Right, which is where I went straight to is the title.
Well,
Same here.
That's where I know I'm safe. But yeah, you're
And-
not alone in that frustration.
It'd be one thing like if it were just like scenes over the season. I don't know, like it just for them to be specifically screenshots of the episode coming up. I'm upset with them. They've disappointed me.
You're not alone.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. But I am also mad. So.
Oh, my mom used to gut me with that when I was a kid. Or that I just don't know if I could trust you anymore. I'm like, you can, but you really can't.
No, you never can. But no, that was pretty much my whole point. I just needed to like get that out of me.
That's fair. Mark,
Hmm.
you got anything else?
The only thing we didn't really discuss is we didn't see Dexter. Did he chop up Gareth and
He
then burn
did.
him?
He
Okay.
took them to
Did.
the incinerator, so
Yeah.
he must have. He didn't
But we
show
didn't
him
see it.
doing it. but-
We didn't get to see that because usually you'll see the aftermath of him and then him bringing them there.
He did.
So-
He burnt. We saw him burning him.
Throw bags, I think.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. We didn't see him throw in the bags. We just saw a big lump of stuff, and I was concerned.
Yeah, because he makes a comment that Gareth is 9 inches of dust.
Yes.
Yeah, in an incinerator, so you're going to be waiting a while to hear from him before.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
shows up.
My final note is Harrison. I love what they're doing with Harrison. I loved that little conversation that seemed very focused on Joy and her fiance, but really planted some seeds in Harrison's head. And also with Elsa, when she's talking about, finishing school, like, what is he going to do next? Picking up the NYC brochure, even though I threw it away. I like that they're planning, because if they're going to go at least 2 more seasons, which they have officially signed on for 3 seasons of this show, that they're going to, Harrison's character is going to have to build some way. And I like that they're not driving he's a copycat, he's a cookie cutter Dexter serial killer. So I like the way they're pushing his storyline ahead outside of that. And I love the way he is with that kid. And I wonder if Dexter continues through this season to get this money from Prater, if he'll use that to help Harrison go to school. I think that's a possible plot line.
Possible. I think part of what I got out of some of those Harrison scenes is like he's so lost because they're like basically his 3 options right now, and we don't know what they'll be: prison, work, or school. And prison's very real, and so I think he's like trying to imagine not prison.
Mm.
We didn't even talk about the landlord thing, which it wasn't that guy from The Sopranos.
Oh, yes. Yes,
I'm
he
pretty
is.
sure it's from The Sopranos. I was like, oh shit, don't fuck with this landlord.
It's Steve Sherpa. Sherpa, sorry. Got to get it right. Yeah, I recognize him right away. My friend does a cable show, and he actually had a couple of the guys from, including Steve, on. So I knew right away. I was like, oh. But I love how the imagination of Harrison and when he cuts him in the throat. That was interesting.
I thought he stabbed him in the eye.
I thought he stabbed him in the eye.
Was it the eye or the head?
There was a lot of blood.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. And the fact that he did still stand up for Elsa.
I felt like I was like, oh man, Harrison, you could really fuck shit up. I was like, if you press too hard, like you could get her kid taken
Evicted.
away from her. He could really fuck that up too if he tries to be too much of a hero.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like the way Dexter talked to him at the end is that you see a wrong and you're going to, like he was implying to me, it looked like that Harrison was going to find a way to fix it. I feel like he is going to do something. I hope they don't lean into him killing the guy, or maybe Dexter kills Bourne. I don't know. But it looks like they're going in a direction where he is going to be not necessarily the hero, like Elsa can't save herself, but he's going to do something that's going to help push this guy to right the wrong.
I would hope so, especially when he's like, oh, the kid, having asthma. And he's like, oh, well, then she sounds like a bad mom. If you push too hard, is he just going to like call CPS?
I don't feel like he would, because then that would bring more heat on him and bring to light probably the horrible conditions. I'm guessing he's a slumlord. I'm guessing all of these people in their apartments have issues. I don't feel like he would do it, because it would just add more pressure on his shoulders that there's shit wrong with his building that he's not fixing.
I don't know. I feel like a landlord of a rent-controlled apartment probably has a fairly secure. I don't know. I don't know that the landlord and tenant arrangement is necessarily fair.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I hope you're right.
I don't see him going that route.
I just mean I hope Harrison doesn't, in trying to do the right thing, push the wrong buttons of someone and it backfires.
Yeah.
On him, because his luck has not been great.
No, it has
true.
not.
That's really what I meant.
I would like to talk about, I know he's a serial killer, but oh my God, Al, his little fanny pack, when he took that money so quick and put it in his fanny pack. And then you mentioned it earlier, Kelsey. He was like, woo, we're going on a whirly bird. I just adore him. I know he's a serial killer, but I am going to be sad when he's taken out, because I love seeing Eric Stone Street on the screen.
Yeah. It's funny too, because when he got the phone call, he shows up he's got the t-shirt for the tours, because he was on a bike tour.
Yeah.
He got the call.
Just being 100% tourist, doing tourist shit.
Yep.
Fantastic.
The only thing I have would be the needle drops that we do get within the episode, other than quotes. I Can't Heart You by Dead Weather plays when Dexter follows Gareth after the meeting and looking at his pictures on his phone. One of my favorite songs, and it's an artist that I like too, Blood Makes Noise by Susanna Vega, playing as
Blood Makes Noise?
Yeah.
That's the name of the song?
Yeah.
That's pretty apt for Dexter.
Yeah. It's 101 Fahrenheit degrees is the name of the album, if anybody's interested. It was because usually Suzanne Vega is a folk singer. Okay. And this was out of the ordinary in the early 90s when she put this out.
Did she write Tom's Diner?
Yes, she was
one
part
of the
that.
Greatest songs of all time.
Yep. So yeah, that song comes on as Dexter is looking out and sees Gareth walking to the helicopter, and it's like it makes you think his blood is making noise because he's seeing Gareth and he's like, didn't I just kill you?
That month when he was walking up and he was like, oh, fuck me. I was like, did not see that coming. Like, oh yes, awesome.
It just blew my mind too. I was like, of all things, and I thought to myself right away, damn, Gemini, should have known.
Yeah, should have known. Like, now I got to go back and see what I missed, because I totally missed this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fuck me was for the entire audience.
Yeah.
That was a great way to end that, because that's why I was like, oh shit, didn't see that coming.
Yeah. All I have left is just quotes.
Let's hear them.
One would be from Dexter's inner monologue about Gemini saying, "I'll be taking extreme measures with you, Mr. Zeitgeist." And that was during the meeting as he's listening to everything and how pompous he was. One would be from Gemini himself saying the Zodiac was an amateur.
Amateur.
And then when Dexter asks Gareth why he kills in pairs, this is his whole little thought. And he says, "This is my gift. They say that we enter this life alone, and that's how we leave it. But to die together, that's the ultimate bond."
I did like that.
Honestly, I feel like I could see how you could convince yourself like you're doing like a good, like
Somebody a favor.
Yeah, like as a if I was a serial killer, which I'm not, I promise.
Y'all, the other curveball of the episode has dropped. What would your serial killer name be? Yours would have to have something to do with horses.
I hope not. Everything in my life has to do with horses.
All right,
Although that would be my
homework.
curse. That would be my curse. That would be exactly a thing. They'd be like, "Oh, the cowgirl killer" or something. And then I'd be like, didn't want to be associated with horses.
I can just see you now in a cowboy hat, standing over a douchebag dude.
I'd probably, if I were gonna kill him, I'd probably kill him and
Ooh, would you use a whip?
geld him. No, I'd probably we geld stallions.
Oh,
Remove their
oh, I would have testicles in that
Castration.
part. All right, y'all. Sorry, that took a dark
That's
turn.
the word. Like I said, I watch a lot of true crime. This is not all from my own imagination.
Okay.
I would probably be known as the repairman.
The repairman.
Cable guy.
I'm gonna fix him.
Come with your toolbox. What about you, Becky?
I don't know, something cat something.
What would you be known for, do you think?
Hawking people to death. Honestly. That's what I'm good at.
What would your calling card be?
Oh my God, I could leave like a little note on their chest that says like, "Now hear this." Or I don't know. I'm gonna give that some thought. I'll have a better answer next week.
All right, get back to us.
All listeners, what would your vigilante serial killer name be?
It's because you can't give us the real answer. You're trying to come up with a fake answer.
Yeah.
Right, because I can't
So we
give
don't catch
away
on.
my real serial killer identity. I walked right into this trap. Don't worry, my twin sister will get me out of it.
There you go.
All right. Do y'all have anything else before we move on to final thought?
My only other thing was just about the title, as I was just curious, who do y'all think are the cats and who's the mouse? Because I feel like I can think about it in a few different ways.
I originally thought the cats were going to be Mia and Charlie, and Dexter was going to be the mouse. But now the only other way I could think is that the Gemini twins are the cats. I just feel like Dexter's the mouse.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking initially.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I feel like you could make an argument for like Prater as the mouse.
Yeah, because
cats
are pretty much hunters, killers. But who would be the mouse?
I don't know.
Another question, listeners, and your feedback.
There's your homework.
There you go.
What is your vigilante serial killer name?
Yeah.
Other than the porcelain cats, who are the cats? Who is the mouse? And what is your vigilante serial killer name?
Oh, I hope we get answers. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us to yay or nay. Kelsey,
Yay. Absolutely yay.
Marky Mark.
Yeah, I have to say yay.
I'm going to say yay too. I didn't love this one as much as I've loved the previous 2 episodes, but it was still a good episode. A lot of questions, more questions than answers, I think.
I concur.
I feel like they have continued to get better and better. I feel like the season is really rocking and rolling now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, at the end of this one, I was immediately compelled to go back and look at what I've already watched. So to me, that's a sign of a good episode.
That is a good sign. We did get some really great feedback. So we got our first ever Spotify comment. Y'all, I don't know if you know this, but you can now leave comments on Spotify. And we got one. It was so exciting when I got a notification from Spotify that someone had left a comment. So Misha wrote, I just wanted to make a couple of comments on your discussion about Charlie. I think it should be noted the clear look of disdain on her face when she walked away from Prater, something most of us have done with a boss we don't like, and that is so true. I think she was definitely pretending to be a teacher for her mother's sake, and she's doing what she has to do to pay the bills. She hates everything about these people, and that's definitely going to come into play. I agree, Misha. I think, especially this week, when she makes that comment to her mom, you won't believe what I had to do today. It just feels like with each growing episode that what, I don't know if confidence is the right word, but the Charlie we saw in the first episode to now, it looks like all this is really, really starting to weigh on her, like more than regular.
Okay, wait, I was going to argue with that way on her. I could agree with, but like, let's not forget that she has killed at least one person, and she is so disdainful towards all these serial killers and whatever. But like, you're also killing people.
Yeah, she has
You're
killed
killing
someone
She killed that guy with his own shit.
that we know of, though. We didn't see her do it.
Yeah, we did.
We see her actually?
Didn't she swing and bludgeon that guy?
I thought that happened off camera.
I feel like we at least saw her starting to swing.
That's what I thought too.
And that's just when we met her, let alone however many other serial killers before that. Although, again, we don't know how long she's worked there. But
Yeah. But I think it is fair to say she definitely hates Prater.
she definitely doesn't like him.
She does not like her boss. But I do feel like these last few episodes, it just looks like she's getting heavier and heavier and heavier with everything that's going on. Like it's just almost getting to be too much.
She's got a lot of shit to fix right now.
Yeah. Heavy is the head. Well, thank you, Misha, for being our first ever Spotify commenter. I wish I had like some kind of award to give you, but I don't. So just know you have our gratitude for listening and taking the time to write. And please, 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 please continue to leave us your thoughts on the podcast or the episodes or whatever you want. Love hearing from you. Thank you so much.
Via our What's On Tonight Facebook page, Alma Contreras says, "Holy cow, this episode had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. I knew Mamma Mia was not going to be alive long enough for Batista to interview her. I know I'm crazy to be rooting for Dexter's psycho ass, but damn it, I just love him." Yeah, me too. I just loved how he had a great answer for Prater after they went looking for Red. Yes.
Same.
LOL. And that ending, fuck me. The plain face. Of course, the Gemini is a twin, LMAO. I look forward to hearing y'all's thoughts. So far, this series is really killing it with lots of laughing, crying emojis. I agree. Totally agree. And then Kelly, husband Schumann, replied to Alma's comment, "I'm quietly freaking out here. I watch as soon as possible after midnight, but there's really no one online to interact with." A cringe face emoji. So I switched over to SFU and watched Gay Baby Dex to calm myself. LOL.
What's SFU?
Yeah, what is that?
Kelly, let us know what SFU is because I don't know.
Me
Gay
neither.
Baby Dex.
And who's Gay Baby Dex? SF 6 Feet Under. Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because
Okay,
he
I'm
was
like
gay in
thinking
that
of
show.
A
Okay.
young
I was-
gay
I was like,
serial killer is what I'm
There's so
thinking.
many spin-offs to this damn show.
Oh, I love
You
6
gotta-
Feet Under, Kelly. That is one of. I have like
That
a
makes so much
list
more
of
sense.
my top 5 series finales of all time, and 6 Feet Under is second, only behind the series finale of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So yeah, okay, that makes much more sense now.
That makes more sense. I've watched some of it. I haven't watched all of it, but
So in her own comment, Kelly Husband Schumann says, just when I think it can't possibly get any better, boom. I do wish he would have told Gemini who he really is. Same here.
yeah.
I would have loved to see that reaction. I think that whoever predicted Blessing will wind up being the New York Ripper
What?
may just be right. Waiting a week for the next episode is torture. Alma had added to the conversation stating, at first I was like, New York Ripper? Question emoji. Then light bulb, the New York Ripper. Or because she put NYR.
It was abbreviated.
It was abbreviated. And she goes, oh my God, yes. But it will be so sad for Dexter to take him out. They went on to discuss how Blessing's mom's passing could be what activates him again if he is the New York Ripper. Interesting.
That blows my mind. I do my very best not to read all of the comments when I am adding them into our note. So I saw how they were discussing Blessing being activated, but I thought it was more like what triggered his outburst. I didn't
Yeah.
think it was the New York Ripper. Oh, did either of y'all see that? Do
No,
you think that's a possibility?
I'm not sure entirely.
I mean, I hope not. I also don't. If the theory is that he would be the New York Ripper as some like alternate personality to him because of his trauma. But the New York Ripper, that tool is a crowbar, I think.
It's like what the guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer had, like the sailor hook kind of thing, like the fish hook.
Huh.
Oh.
Interesting.
Weird. I mean, I was looking in the pictures in the background of Claudette's office. It looked like he rips organs out of his victims. I mean, trauma's crazy. It is possible he could have this like other identity, particularly when you think about how his mom said, like, you have to keep the darkness separate and out of the house.
Don't bring it home.
Don't bring it home.
Yeah.
Does he have this separate persona?
That music playing when he said that was very ominous.
I wasn't sure if that was about him, or it could be an intentional mislead on him, or if it's about Dexter.
Ooh, ladies, thank you for that feedback, because you have got my head spinning. And oh, wow. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious to see what happens there.
But then, if Dexter like tries to get the New York Ripper for Claudette to save Harrison, but then if the New York Ripper is Blessing, then what the fuck would he do?
Oh, he'd take him out.
Would he cry over it in the end?
Well, apparently he can't cry, even though I thought he could for a second.
But Blessing also got him and Harrison back together.
Yeah, but Dexter's code, man. He wanted to bone Mia and have a relationship with Mia, but he couldn't because she was just a predator.
But we don't know anything about the New York Ripper yet, really.
No.
They're like victimology or that sort of stuff.
I don't know. I'm not saying it is, but I'm not saying
I went really left field. Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
I could see that being one hell of a twist. So kudos to y'all if that happens.
I went really left field. I went
I like it though. I like that you go left field. That's why I like you being on our podcast. You bring something very unique. And I mean that in a nice way, not when my friends would be like, "Oh no, you're not crazy. You're unique.
You're different."
Yeah.
Okay. We got an email from our girl Penny. Here are her thoughts on episode 6. Dear Becky, Mark, and Kelsey, I apologize in advance because my politics are going to show in this email, and I know that bothers some people. I just realized...
Hold on. Before you continue on, Penny, you never have to apologize to us for your politics because your voice is your weapon. So, and this is a safe space.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it. I just realized that I have way too much in common with Prater.
And then she says that.
Now I'm confused. I love bringing people together. There's nothing that makes me happier than taking people from different parts of life and introducing them to each other and seeing what chemistry unfolds. I have also described myself as a quote unquote collector of interesting people. Okay. Now, the people that I find interesting are not killers.
Thank God for clarifying that.
At least she claims.
Yeah.
They are artists and thinkers. But if I had money like he has, I would 100% invite serial killers. No, just kidding. She didn't say that. 100% invite people from around the world to have dinner parties of like-minded but diverse people where I could sit there and enjoy how smart and interesting they all are.
So she goes on to say, Blessing freaked out about the bags of ice seems out of character for him, but I guess he's especially sensitive right now because of his mother dying. He also seems to really dislike this boyfriend. I did not see the child soldier storyline coming. Me either. Damn. I am kind of glad because I feel like Americans need to constantly be reminded that this happens. I completely agree with you, Penny. Hence my story
1000%.
earlier.
1000%.
We like to look away. And she says in parentheses, see, there's my woke agenda that I'm forcing on everyone again. Penny, I forced it too. So yeah, truth hurts, but we need to hear it. So she said, fitting that I recognize Ntare Guma Mbaho Muina from when he played a general who recruited child soldiers. Bones. I have not seen all of them, so I didn't know this. That's crazy. And thank you, Penny, for sharing how this gentleman, she sent me a recording of how he pronounced his name because I didn't want to get that wrong. She says, this show really does not want viewers to miss the significance of Blessing's story. They have Dexter and his father basically say, what can we learn from Blessing? How can we apply that to your relationship with Harrison? It was a little unsubtle for a show that usually has better writing than that. I didn't mind it, but okay.
I didn't think of it as bad writing at any point.
I didn't either.
She continues on saying, so the black mold situation is setting it up for Harrison to kill this landlord, a deserving target. Will he follow Dexter's advice and find his own path to helping people that isn't violent, or will he allow the darkness in? Also, hey, Becky, another rent-controlled apartment in New York City story for us.
That's a reference, and Kelsey will get that too. That's a reference to Murder Magnets, where Charlie, spoiler alert, for people who haven't watched Murder Magnets, ends up in a rent-controlled. There's a big story about a rent-controlled apartment. On life. Yes.
Was the episode. Poker Face, A New Lease on Life.
Check it out. Good show.
She continues on saying, I've decided I do not like this thing they do at the beginning of the episode where there's a bunch of really short shots of what is going to happen in episode 1. I think Battlestar Galactica used to do that as well.
Well, then fuck them too.
Oh my goodness. How horrified were you when you saw how expensive it is to attend NYU? I pretty much know because I have friends that actually went to NYU.
Yeah, I was aware of that, unfortunately.
It's obscene. A college education should be accessible to anyone who wants to pursue it.
Amen.
I truly believe that a society full of educated people is a rising tide that lifts all boats.
Oh, I like that. Well said. And I agree.
Awesome.
It's stupid that people go to college and end up never, some leave this earth still being in debt from the fact that they attended college. It's ridiculous.
We need education, but it doesn't all. We need people in trades too. Like we need people pursuing trades.
Yeah, trades are
all
still
of that.
important.
Like college has become a little bit of a like a honey trap almost. Like
well, it's a money trap more than anything. It's trapping everybody to be in debt. Well, I guess I was wrong about Mia and Charlie teaming up. Twins, and she's got a pair of looks like twins dancing. Delightful.
Absolutely. She goes on to say, I'm completely stealing this idea of having people at my funeral or memorial service choose an item from one of my collections to take home with them to remember me by. I love this idea.
Love Penny's art, and I already know based on what I've seen her paint, I know what I want, by the way, Penny. So if you go soon, I know what I'm taking.
Really? Wow, you're wishing her death already.
No, that's not what I said.
There's a short side there. One of a comedian I love, he has this joke where, his parents are like, oh, like, you got to go and see your grandma. She's not going to be around much longer. And he's like, does grandma know that's how you drum up visitor? It's like, just to come and pick out stuff. Anyway, she says, I love this idea. It's beautiful and practical since figuring out what to do with a loved one's personal belongings is one of the hardest parts of grieving them. Slay the patriarchy, Penny.
I love you, Penny.
Yay, Penny.
And last but certainly not least, we have a voicemail from Mr. Steve Brown.
Woo.
Hello, Becky and Mark. This is Steve, and this is going to be for Dexter Resurrection. What's it, Cats and Mouse? Oh, so Blessing's mother passed away. Did Dexter have anything to do with it? I was about to say, there's no way Harrison has clothes that would fit Dexter, but of course, people leave stuff at hotels. Oh, the mention of Hannah, and we see some clips of
we didn't even talk about that.
Oh, such a sweet moment there. Yeah, you see James Remar. Oh, wow, all three of them together in that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Tying the tie, learning to tie a tie. I had to learn to tie a tie before I went to basic training. Of course, those crooked ties that they're wearing would never make it through inspection. Yes, a wake is a party. As Blessing says, a celebration of life. Oh, the discovery that Dexter has friends. Oh, but that's weird having the open casket there. Oh, Charlie's about to find out that Red is no longer in the realm of the living, I think. And probably that he's not Dexter. Prater called him the dark passenger. Little does he know. Dexter did find a clever way of admitting why he's not at Red's apartment, though. Oh, this guy being interviewed by the police just explained that he was going to be her first kill in New York. That means that the guy that they think Harrison killed was not her first one. This guy pouring baby's milk into his coffee? What? Meanwhile, in
It
the
was
police
sugar.
station, Batista's about to explain why Mia didn't kill Ryan Foster. Oh, and he wants to meet Mia and show her Dexter's photo. And of course, the Gemini killer makes it all about him. Mia just met somebody in a gambling parlor. Could that be the FBI agent? The FBI agent with the gambling problem. Ooh, hold on, Dexter. Following this guy without a plan or anything? Okay, so Uma Thurman just met the woman in the nursing facility and she called her mom. Oh, Gareth found him. Oh, Dexter, make sure you remember which one you put the poison in, the knockout stuff in. Calling Red a number 2. That's, and he just switched glasses with him. Okay, I was faked out for a second, but then I thought, no, he didn't really just fork that guy in the eye. And the wake is still going on upstairs while Dexter is going to kill this guy. Oh, quick, Dexter, Blessing's at the door. Oh, no, he's pulling at the shower curtain. Hopefully he's not going to see the body. Close one, Dexter. But what's going to happen when Prater figures out that Gareth's missing also? Aw, Dexter being a good father, telling Harrison he's not a monster, he's human. Oh, so what kind of surprise does Prater have? Oh, and now they're going to meet with Mia. Oh, that alarm means something's wrong. And so much for Mia. Oh, that was the guy in the gambling den was the warden. Eric Stone Street. We're going on Whirlybird. Oh, Gareth a twin? Oh, Gemini, the twin. Oh, wow. Now we got to wait a week.
I Thank you, Steve, for bringing up the Yvonne Strahovski sighting and them discussing Hannah's funeral. I wrote it in my notes and I didn't even say it. So thank you for bringing that up. And thank you for your feedback.
Yeah, I was quite a ride.
Yeah, they always are, man.
Yeah.
Steve will hopefully be back with us for another episode, maybe two. I don't know. We'll see. Best of luck with everything going on, Steve. And I'll talk to you soon, I hope. So thank you, everyone, as always, for the feedback. I say it all the time, and I'm going to keep saying it. We appreciate y'all so much to have involvement, to do. We love doing what we do. It's a labor of love. But when people interact with us and share their thoughts and whatnot, it just makes it so much more fun and so much more exciting. So please keep it coming. And if you would like to leave us some feedback or just say hi or call Mark a bitch, you can email as an attachment to @what'sOnTonight and the number 2 @gmail.com. You can visit our Facebook page where there will be a post for the next episode, and you can leave feedback in the comment section. Send us a message through Facebook Messenger. We can be found on Instagram as well at What's On Tonight Podcast and the number 2. We would greatly appreciate it if you'd leave a comment like Misha did, like and or share on your podcast listening app of choice. So let's join the kids on the Whirly Bird and talk about where listeners can hear us, podcast recommendations, TV suggestions, or anything else that you might want to share. Kelsey, what do you got?
I don't have anything crazy coming up. Obviously, I'm so mad I have to wait another week for the next one. If you are on Jason's Patreon, I did a listener chit chat with him that should be up at some point. And Penny came on as a surprise co-interviewer. That was really fun. Getting to chat with them.
That's so cool.
And yeah, it was super fun. We talked about a bunch of things. Some of my horse stuff and mental health and just fun things.
Oh, I love mental health.
Yeah, it's I think you'll appreciate it. I'm happy to talk about that anytime. Anyway, I am kind of getting back into football season with it starting up. So some of my TV watching has slowed down. I'm trying to get through The Walking Dead, but I've slowed down a little bit because football is popping up.
Who's
And
your
I'm trying to
favorite
get ready
team?
for the New York Jets. And
Jets, Jets. I'm a 49er fan.
There you go. I had a lot of 49ers on my fantasy team last year. I didn't choose it. I was born into it. And I also know that it sucks. But
I was going to say, yeah, it's like I'm a Giants fan. So as long as are you a Mets fan too?
I am.
Grew up a Mets fan.
Okay.
I knew I liked you.
There you
Alex,
go.
if you're listening, suck it. I found a Mets fan.
Well, I unfortunately
Alex is a Phillies fan.
And my birthday is in April, so like growing up,
yeah.
I would always ask to go to a Mets game, and so I have good memories at Shea and I've been to Citi Field a few times. I'm not a very loyal baseball fan. I've lived in a lot of places. I enjoy going to baseball games. I'm not great at following baseball. So like when I lived in Toronto, I went to a bunch of Jays games. I do like going, maybe not so much the last couple of years, but I do like going to Cardinals games. But the Mets will have always been my first love.
Aww.
For baseball. Still doesn't compare to my love for the Jets. But yeah, so I'm preparing for that misery coming up. Yeah, that's pretty much my life.
All right, Marky Mark.
Well, I could be heard on Panels to Pixels podcast. You've already heard my co-host Steve Brown leave that lovely voicemail. We finished up Ironheart. Actually, I just recorded just before I came on here with Steve. And then Jamie and I are finishing up Sandman Cast, which is on Podcastica as well as Panels to Pixels podcast, and Invincible. You could also hear me on Adrenaline Cinema Podcast, just as you all heard Becky back in the day when she was just a listener and being on for the interview with the vampire coverage, which we also have, or we are all looking forward to. I believe Lara and Billy already did some coverage of Mayfair Witches. I think they wanted to finish up our thoughts or whatever. I couldn't be on it because I've been doing multiple recordings lately, but as soon as I get that information, that'll be out. And then obviously you could hear me on the music podcast. I'm working on getting my friend Jeff Altieri, who's the lead singer of Enrage hardcore band, do a little bit of an interview with him soon. For those of you that are looking for cool suggestions, well, Alien Earth is coming out soon on Sci-Fi. So Jason on Podcastica will be covering that. So check that out and give them a listen on that. And I like in my downtime, when I'm not watching all these crazy, horrible things on TV, I like to watch Resident Alien.
There you go. That's your cotton candy.
Yep.
Well, Ben over on Wilhelm just released his coverage of the super creepy looking movie Weapons. It's really cool what Ben does. He gives these spoiler-free reviews of movies. So if you're curious if you want something you might want to check out or not, 10-15 minutes long, and they don't spoil anything, but it kind of lets you know yay or nay you should go. That's why I went finally decided, okay, yes, I'm going to go see Superman in the theaters because his review is so amazing. So check him out over at Wilhelm. And Still Slang, our friend Penny, Kara, and Sam are continuing their amazing coverage of Buffy and Angel. I'm super excited to join them for a double episode in a couple of weeks. And we've all been talking about it, but just once again to let you know, there's a lot of great content over on podcastica.com. So go check it out. Guarantee you will find a show you've watched or are watching and a podcast that goes along with it. I'd also like to suggest all who love learning about important women in history to please check out Mandy's amazing podcast, Dinner for Her. I believe she should have an episode coming out the next week or so. And as far as TV recommendations, oh my God, Wednesday is back.
Wednesday
Netflix
Addams,
has
that is,
dropped
everybody.
the first 4 episodes, and I watched the first 2 last night. And so far, excellent. They are picking up with full steam ahead, just like where they left off. So I
Did you
highly
go to
recommend
Wendy's?
it. Huh?
Did you go to Wendy's and get the Happy Meal that they have?
No, but now that I know oh God, that sounds good.
They have
I'm
a
not going to
a
Wendy's.
dark Wednesday Happy Meal there.
Oh,
I don't.
cool.
So
Yeah.
funny. It's on my list, but I haven't started it yet.
So good. Jenna Ortega. Mwah. As always, a big thank you to Mark and Pirate Core Entertainment for giving us this platform. Please visit the Pirate Core page. It can be found on our Facebook page, and there you can find our podcasts as well as other podcasts like Dinner for Her with our very own Mandy, Adrenaline Cinema podcast, and Panels to Pixels podcast, as well as other projects Mark is working on. And secretly in my heart, a little someone named Kelsey told me she wants to learn how to edit. So I'm hoping that one day, maybe with Pirate Core Entertainment, Kelsey might have her own podcast. I'm just saying, I think it should happen.
One thing at a time.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, that wraps up our coverage of episode 6 of Dexter Resurrection. We will be back next week to cover episode 7, entitled Course Correction.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
What do
feel
you think
like
that means?
Well,
Well, I mean,
he's gotta
obvi-
correct his course because he done killed somebody and they came back from the dead. So
Or he's on a boat and he has to direct his course. I don't know.
What if the helicopter? I don't know. Okay.
the whirly bird goes down.
The whirly bird. We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah. Just another week. You know, it's funny. I sit here and say how much I hate having to wait a week for the next episode, but then Mandy and I,
Oh.
who just finished covering the Better Sister before we did this one, they released all the episodes at once. And I was like, I hate how they released all the episodes at once. There is no making me happy.
Yeah. If you're, yeah.
Yeah. If you're podcasting on it,
I
once a
want
week is good.
I want my cake and I want to eat it too.
Yeah. But just a bit, if I'm just watching a show just to watch it, I will give me all of them at once.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank everyone so much for listening. A smile is the light in your window that tells others that there is a caring, sharing person inside. So please take a moment to smile at those you pass along the way. It doesn't cost you anything, and it might just make someone's day. I'm Becky.
I was Gareth. Oh, wait, no. I'm Mark.
And I'm Kelsey.
We'll catch you next week when we grab the remote and see what's on tonight.
Bye.
Bye.